think way across there you can see where the dam is, where the hydroelectric power station is. We're here at the visitor center, and it's a historic landmark, Haven Howe House. It's hard to say. It's a very old chimney just standing out here by itself, and it seems like it was from the home of William Christian, brother-in-law of Patrick Henry. It was built around 1772, and it has been reconstructed. I guess we're standing in the living room. Boathouse is way over there. The trees haven't turned yet, but there was a really bad storm yesterday, and here's a tree that's laid over on its side. I suspect that we'll probably see a bunch of them this weekend. Okay, next on the list here was New River Trail State Park, but this seems to be a really big park. This is one portion of it here, Foster Falls Furnace. This is pretty cool. That's what it used to look like. They made pig iron here back in the early 1900s. And this is what's left of it. This is pig iron. Around over here is the river. You can hear it. Walk over there maybe and we'll see the water. This is the best view of the river I have for right now, but you can barely see it through the woods. But you can really hear it. It's rough out there today. Had a bad storm last night and the river's flooding out a little bit. See if we can get a better shot somewhere else. This is a little better shot of the New River. Pulled up to this boat ramp and it's really flooding out today, and the water is moving out there, man. There's some kind of rapids up there, I believe. There's too many trees around here to see them. Lots of debris going down the river today. We're at these steps that are supposed to go down to the bank, but it's up to the top of the steps. There's our crew, Bonnie, Linda, Mark, Richie. Okay, we're at Shot Tower State Park now, which is really close to New River State Park, and actually the river's right there. And this is where a train trestle, which is no longer being used. It's just a path now. Crosses over the river. Actually, it just crosses over a creek, it looks like, and the river used to have a ferry on it. There was a hand-pulled Jackson's Ferry, I believe it says here. the shot tower is way up that hill. I'm not sure if we're going to get to see that. It's the Shot Tower State Park. And here's the tower. Well, that's my first shot tower. Never really seen one before. Never knew what it did, but molten steel was poured through strainers and made different size shots. I don't know. Okay, next on the list today is Hungry Mother State Park in Marion, Virginia. And it's a really big lake. And it's got trails and woods, creeks. There's a lake over there, but I'll get a better shot of that in just a minute. So it's a little better shot of the lake, Hungry Mother. There's a big sandy beach over there for swimming. All kinds of stuff around here. It's a huge lake. Right now we're at the visitor center. The park ranger's here. I like this so you can just frame your shot. That's pretty good. And now we're at Grayson, Highlands, that state park, and this is in mouth of Wilson, Virginia. Definitely up there. This is the highest point, highest mountain in Virginia. Over 5,000 foot. This is the welcome sign. It's a pretty daggone big park. I don't think we'll do any hiking today. Maybe next time. So now we're at Sugar Land's Overlook. And look what you get to see.
Just wanted to get in the car. I told him that I was hoping they were going to pull him.
Well, this is day 2 of visiting the state parks in Southwest Virginia. This is Natural Tunnel State Park. And we got here on a Wednesday, and it seems to be closed on Wednesdays. But I'll just zoom around. That's the office there. And there's a chairlift that goes down the valley, I guess, to the tunnel. It's October, and this place is already decorated for Christmas. This is the Natural Tunnel State Park. And we're the only ones here.
So it's a quarter of a mile down and a quarter of a mile back up.
That's where the tram takes you down
I'm going to go tell them.
to the bottom. I don't think we're going to see a tunnel today. Well, we kind of left the Natural Tunnel State Park because we couldn't find a tunnel. But then we saw a ranger and asked her about some way to see it without walking down straight down a quarter of a mile. Because we're old. And she told us about this little path behind the building. And there's the tunnel. And I have to say it's pretty daggone neat. It's got train tracks running through it, and a river or a creek, and some pretty nice landscaping around it. And this is the trail. It's hidden behind the guest center, guest station.
It's a bridge right down back there. Killers.
Interesting information about the railroad going through the tunnel.
Richie. It was so funny when Linda was talking to me the first time. She thought she was
It's a straight down drop.
sitting down. It was a damn tree she was talking to.
There's a little footbridge down there. And a creek. It's pretty cool.
There it is, Bonnie. I thought there was.
In the tunnel.
That is a hole in that rock.
It's over there through the bushes. Well, this is not a state park or anything, but we figured we'd stop here and take a picture. It's a very popular attraction around Pennington, Pennington, Virginia, and it's the old stone face. And if you look really hard, you can see his nose and his mouth and his forehead to the left there. It's pretty neat. Right about there. It's really nice rocky mountains around here. At first we thought that was a stone face. Next stop on our little tour of the state parks is Wilderness Road Park. We're at the Visitor Center. It's right off of Highway 58. We'll check in at the Visitor Center, buy our little sticker, and we'll check out what's in the park.
Chieftains, with whom we have been familiar and told.
Brother, we have sold you a fine land, but you will have.
Guess this time we got educated.
I have seen the dark cloud over that country.
With those words perhaps ringing in his ears, Boone began to cut what we now call the Wilderness Road, a pathway that would change the course of history.
Oh, I don't know.
So we're in the Wilderness Park, where it's chilly, and we're about to see Martin's Fort
Yeah.
down that trail. Well, this is Fort Martin.
I know Bob grandfather. That partner, that thing, that home like that. That riding up like that. For sport.
Thousand pioneers came through this fort.
Yeah. The animal I know.
And there is the fort. And everything else was outlying areas.
I think that bell, right.
It's not. It's two people in there.
Yeah,
No, it's a man over there.
I know
Inside the
that.
fort.
What man? What?
I'm glad I didn't have my hand on that door.
This is Martin Station.
Y'all coming in?
Yeah.
And like I say, this is the only cabin in the fort that has a floor in it. The others are dirt floor, which are cool in the summer, but a little bit cold in the winter.
A little dark too.
Oh, thank you.
Let's get over by. Oh, you can't. You're letting all the cold air in.
Richmond.
Welcome to Martin Station. Is this your first time here?
It is,
I'll
yes.
give you a quick tour here if you like. My name is Mordecai Horde. I'm Sergeant of the Artillery here at Martin Station, and I welcome you. Captain Martin is not with us right now.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you'll notice the blockhouse construction, two-story buildings. Josh, you want to stay there and stay one, be fine, or you can join me for the second tour? All righty.
Trying to keep it more on that beginning.
You'll notice this blockhouse extends to the front about 2 feet beyond the front wall. That little hole you see up in the corner is a rifle point.
Okay.
That puts a man with a weapon well in front of the wall. If anyone's trying to climb over, you can get a good shot. The back side of this blockhouse also extends over about 2 feet with another gun port guarding this side of the wall. This blockhouse over here does just the opposite. It's extended over on the rear and to the left side. If you'll notice, the slope of the cabins are sloped inward. If we were under siege, men could climb up on the roofs, lay prone, and shoot over the edge without being exposed to enemy fire. All these poles that you see on the roof are called weight poles. That's what's actually holding the shakes of the shingles in place. They're not nailed
Oh, my
in place.
goodness.
And the reason for that is that you get a leak usually is called a shake has slipped due to the cooling and heating. And usually all you have to do is just kind of knock it back into place because it's not secured. And more importantly, if you're trapped inside the cabin and it's burning, you can't get out, you can push up through the roof. Anyway,
Nice, yeah.
for Indian Affairs, you have to have a way to sit in on their council. And there were 7 major not villages, towns, several thousand people in each town, that he had to have a wife in each of these major towns. And she understood this. In fact, his oldest son, William, was berating his father for having these Indian wives, and his mother said, "We'll have no more of this. Your father has to do what he has to do as Commissioner of Indian Affairs."
Now, when did it happen to his children? I assume they stayed with their
They did.
mother and the
I know
tribe?
his favorite wife was Betsy Ward, daughter of Nancy Ward, the beloved woman. And he had 2 children with her. And after he moved back, selling his lands here, moved back to Claytor.
I think that cannon really works.
That's fun. This is
That
wonderful.
is it fighting.
Migrated down this valley through the Cumberland Gap to settle Kankakee or Middle Tennessee. And this was the major stop. If you needed supplies, this is your
This
last
is
stop.
your last stop,
The
yeah.
next one would be Boonesboro, and from here to Boonesboro would have been 134 miles.
Wow. Well, this
Usually comes in on weekends. He has built 3 rifles here in this gunsmith
Oh my
shop.
gosh.
One rifle was completely, including the screws, handmade.
Oh, Rich.
And I can show you.
Oh, I know
2
he wants
rifles.
to see that one.
There's a rifle bench there. That's used to take the
Oh,
rifle
gosh.
and hang it there. This shows various stages.
I know
of a
that's his
screw.
niche.
None? You know, down.
We had a blacksmith shop down by my grandparents' farm. And it had been gone for years. And when I was younger, we took a metal detector back in the woods where the shop was.
Right.
We must have found 5,000 pounds of cut nails back
Really?
there. Evidently, there was one part of the blacksmith shop, and it all right there.
That's where
You thought you
it had
hit
a
a-
big bin.
Yeah, you thought you'd hit a gold mine when we found it, but he must have made a lot of nails on his spare time.
Right. Well, that's something you'll always kind of need, but
Yeah.
you know, other things will kind of take precedence. So yeah, like I said, maybe on your spare time, go turn some out.
Couldn't have been real old, but my granddaddy lost the band on one of the wheels in the wagon.
Yeah.
And I remember taking the wagon over to the blacksmith, re-welding it together, and then heating the whole room up, cherry red, and soaked the wheel in water and shrunk it on the wheel.
Yeah, you beat
You
it down on
thought
there.
it would burn it up, but it didn't.
Yeah, no, it don't. Yeah, you get it down and beat it down on there real nice and even,
Yeah.
and you start pouring water on it.
It was nice and tight after that. You know, Grandpa going out there and packing paper and cotton in the wheels. when the band got loose?
I'm not as old as you.
Oh, okay. The funny thing, the nails they made today are still just like they made them. They didn't rust. But they got a little coating of rust on there. Is it because of the rot iron or whatever?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. It may have something to do with it, but yeah, no, there's a lot that are still around.
Yeah.
And now we're leaving Fort Martin. That was a trail to it. And heading to Cumberland Gap National Park. That's just a little waterfall creek down the Cumberland Gap Trail. We haven't hit the park yet, the big park, but we thought we'd stop here in Tennessee and see what's going on here. Hiker. We're on the Cumberland Trail, and here's some remnants of an iron furnace. It was around from the 1820s to the 1880s. And that's all that's left of it. And that's what it looked like when it was in production. Still very interesting. Second iron furnace that we've seen on this trip. A little closer shot of the remnants of the iron furnace. And some waterfalls way back in the background. Guess that's what ran the water wheel that was here. Now on to Cumberland, Virginia State Park. This is our next stop, and we should be inside the park in just a second. This is all the park I can film. There's a park tractor.
Park equipment.
Yep. Old Ranger. Well, this is the last stop today on us on our Virginia Park tour. This is Southwest Virginia Museum. It's in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. And as far as I know, it's got a museum inside. So we'll go check it out. Just a quick shot on what's inside the museum. I'm not going to pay $5.
We have
Nice.
festival trees every year. We'll have 80 trees up, and each one is decorated by different business or organizations. It takes time.
Well, we're at Breaks State Park in Kentucky. We just pulled off a little roadside rest area thing. Drove straight down the side of the mountain to the river. I mean, straight down the side of the damn mountain, too. Not a very wide road, but I guess it's good enough. Really nice place to have a picnic. Finally made it to Breaks Interstate Park in the Virginia side. We've been on the Kentucky side. And one of the little displays they have here is an early settlers cabin. And a few other items like a fireplace and a still. You'll see the still. From the mash to the cookers.
Pump water down the ground.
Thumping keg, and then the worm.
Pump water in the ground.
It's an old cast iron salt grill or whatever for boiling the salt out of the water. Back to the still. Just a little explanation on the name Breaks.
A walkway and a bunch of stuff.
And this is a Clinchfield overlook. I'll walk down there, but this is what we're going to see. This is more of a walk than I thought it was going to be, but dang, this thing is high up here and it's nothing but straight down. Let's go get a little better view. You can see the Grand Canyon down there. Grand Canyon of the East.
That road right there.
Way over there you can see a train track and a tunnel. It's really hard to see the depth and everything, but that's like, it's got to be thousands of foot down.
Right there. Hot mate. The bank go that no rent the bank they need mine. Shut down, right?
Don't come back.
What?
I do. You gonna lock it when he. Oh, okay.
State line overlook. And we have Breaks Interstate Park. We'll look over the side here. And you can see Kentucky from here. State line overlook. You can see the river. Train tracks. And endless mountains.
Mark.
Can't get over the scenery here.
That road, that bridge right there.
If I go down here, if I get back.
I would.
Yonk.
So at the end of our little road trip, we started in Richmond and we cruised on up to 81, and we started, the first park was, I believe, New River Trail. That was alright. The shot tower was pretty cool, and then we went over to Hungry Mother State Park, which is in this area, and Claytor Lake, Grayson, Highlands, Big Stone Gap, Natural Tunnel, Wilderness Road, Cumberland Gap all the way down in the corner, back to Southwest Virginia Museum, and we ended up at Breaks Interstate, which was pretty daggone neat. Then we cruised home through Kentucky and back up 81 and back home. And we got home after leaving in the morning from the hotel about 8 o'clock. We got home at about 9 o'clock, so it's not too awful bad. Hope you enjoyed the film.